What's up, game boys and girls? Big T here, back with another video, and I'm gonna try to do this video pretty quickly if I can because it is warm in here, and I just had to turn off the air because it would be, messing with my audio and whatnot. And I didn't want that to happen. I want to have good, clean audio for this video. But this video is about the recent announcement of the charging dock, the new charging dock for Joy-Cons for the Switch, and people being confused about why that is a thing. And I'm here to say what a lot of people probably think, but I'm gonna have some visual aid to kind of prove my point. And yes, I do believe that this dock signals something that is future proof. It's for the Switch 2. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly show this recent acquisition of mine, the Nintendo NES edition, World Championship NES edition. This is a fantastic package. I have not yet opened this yet, but I've seen it unboxed, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here, and it looks really good quality, especially like the gold cartridge and whatnot. And I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, this is $60. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, why didn't they do something of this caliber for Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is Nintendo's mascot for the company, and they went all out for this NES edition World Championship thing. Kind of annoyed me, but just wanted to kind of point that out and say that Nintendo can do better when they want to, and I just think they should have done a little bit more for 3D All Stars. It's the anniversary and whatnot. So, but yeah, enough of that. So we're going to talk about the dock. So as you guys know, here's Joy-Cons right here on a Joy-Con grip. This obviously released with the Switch. It came in the box. Yeah, this is a cool way to give your Switch, a quick controller feel. Obviously, for a lot of people, this wasn't enough, so they went out and bought a Switch Pro, Nintendo Switch Pro controller, because they wanted that more console-like feel. Now, I had a lot of fun just playing my games like this. I did get a Pro controller, but for a lot of my games, I played them with the Joy-Cons. And one of the games that I felt just more comfortable playing that with is Fast Racing Neo. I think that's the full title. It's one of the launch games for the Switch. It was kind of like a not remake, but like a enhanced version of the Wii U game. And it just felt easier for me to switch, hit the buttons I needed to hit. Could you switching back and forth on the track to hit certain boosts, and it just felt better for me using the Joy-Cons to do that. So I used that. I split Joy-Con all the way through Mario Odyssey as well as Breath of the Wild, and I had no problem doing that. But the grip itself, as you can see, is ergonomic. It's made specifically for these Joy-Con. They slide in there, it nice and snugly fits it or whatnot. And this is just a regular grip. They also released a charging grip, which looks just like this, but had a USB-C port here, so you can charge your Joy-Cons while you're playing with them, or just separately off of the dock, which worked really well. Grab my Switch right here, console. This is the OLED model, and so if you had like maybe extra Joy-Cons that you couldn't charge while playing, because you had your Joy-Cons here already on there, or if you didn't want your Joy-Cons to be charged through your Switch itself, because they're taking juice from your tablet. So that was another way to use that. But I eventually got it. But I also ended up getting these, which are these are the Nixie, I think they pronounce them. It started with the Split Pad Pro, which didn't have power on their own, but then the Nixies and other companies came out with ones that worked while, worked in wirelessly. They didn't need to be put to your dock. So you can see here, I'll just push these buttons here, hold them. Oh, these are probably dead. Oh no, they're dead. They're not dead. So there you go. They light up, as you can see. These are powered on now, and they work wirelessly, which was very cool. It was kind of a new thing. And as you can see, the shape of these are very different from the regular Joy-Cons. Right? So I'll take these off, show you what it looks like. For me, playing in handheld mode just doesn't work unless I have either Split Pad Pro or these Nixie controllers, because it's a full controller feel, whereas my hands will start to cramp with the Joy-Cons on to the Switch tablet. And these just feel way better to play in handheld mode. But the problem with these and things of its nature is that these don't fit into the dock, because the grip, they already have a grip of their own. They have built-on grip, so they don't need this part. And I looked at that charging dock and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. If I can just get rid of this back piece here, I'd be able to slide these on the way I want to slide them on, and then I'd be able to play, with two, split Joy-Cons, basically, or split Pad Pro, and have them come together and be a Pro controller by themselves. And that kind of gave me the idea to do that. And taking this thing off was not easy. And I did that with the charging grip. So like I said, this is the regular grip. It doesn't have that thing up top. But then you have the charging grip, which has the USB-C port up top, so you can charge this. And yes, this is the charging grip without, as you can see, I took off the grip back. That grip back, I took it off of this, the charging grip. And so now, put that there, and I put that there, and this is basically a Pro controller. It feels like a full-fledged controller, and I could play like this and not have to worry about bringing like my my Pro controller separately. This is all I need when I'm on the go now, and this is great. And then also, I can stick a USB-C cable in here and charge it separately, which is also fantastic. But if you look at the new dock Switch, it looks very much like this, but with a little stand at the bottom, so you can just sit it on top of the table and attach your Joy-Cons. Now again, you don't need anything special to put current Joy-Cons on here, right? There's nothing special. You can just do that already. And this does not feel like a Pro controller. It's a lot smaller because there's no grips on these things. But Nintendo already has docks, or grip docks, or charging docks that accommodate the current shape of these Switch Joy-Cons. They have a bunch of them, and there's a bunch of third-party ones. So why would they officially, this late in the game, make a charging dock for current Switch when they already have tons? There's already tons out there. It's because the Switch 2 is going to fundamentally change the shape of the Joy-Cons. And if you do that, all your current docks, all your current charging things will not work. The grip will not work. The charging grip for the Switch 2 is not going to work. And so they're preparing themselves for the next thing. Like I said, this is not going to go on here. And I think Nintendo Switch 2 will have Joy-Cons of this caliber, of this size, and maybe grip and whatnot. It'll also have a D-pad, I believe, instead of using the current, I don't know what you even call this, wannabe D-pad, the circular D-pad. I don't know what you call that. Instead of using this kind of setup, I think, it will be a traditional D-pad, because not many people, I think, use, hand off a Joy-Con to another person. Maybe little kids do that, but they feel like that's probably not enough to hamstring the design. And I think you're going to get much better Joy-Cons in the Switch 2. You're going to get something along the lines of these bad boys. And it makes total sense, because one of the fatal flaws for me of the Joy-Con is its ergonomics. It's not great ergonomics. The ergonomics are not great, especially, like I said, in handheld mode. I get cramped for playing too long. People with smaller hands probably doesn't bother as much, or people who just get used to, how to hold it that way. Like for me, this is just not comfortable. It's not comfortable for very long. And these analog sticks aren't the best, especially for big, full, Nintendo 3D games, Switch games. So, mark my words, this is my representation for the current, or the new dock, the new charging dock. This is my representation. This will accommodate controllers like this, and that is why they are putting them out. And this is my proof of that happening, because I already did this, like I said, a long time ago, so I could play, so I can use my newer Joy-Cons as a controller, and a full-fledged feeling controller. I mean, that is a controller, and it feels great. If you look at the ergonomics of it, it is great. The grips sit perfectly in your hand, and that's why I believe you're going to see something like this along these lines for the next Switch Joy-Cons. I think they're going to be very similar to something like this. They're going to be bigger size, and Nintendo's not going to care as much about, the split Joy-Con, not split Joy-Con, but like, the two-player aspect of handing off, one of the Joy-Cons to another person. Because it's cool, and I'm sure, for sure, you'll still be able to use your current Joy-Cons on the Switch 2, because they'll fit the same. The railing system will be the same, so you can still do this if you want, and with future games. But I think these will be the baseline, or something similar. Not these exactly will be what you're gonna do. I like the fact that when I put this on here, it looks like it's an official controller from Nintendo. People are like, oh, that's cool. Where'd you get that from? Where'd they get that Switch controller? I've never seen it. So yeah, that is my proof that I believe that the new dock, or the charging stand or whatever for the Joy-Cons, is not necessarily for the current Switch, although obviously you can still use them for that. I think it's going to be for the Joy-Cons for the Switch 2. So we'll see. See if I'm right in the future here. That's my video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think I'm right on this? I just happened to have done this a couple years ago. Probably more than a couple. Probably more like 3 or 4 years ago. And this is always something that worked out really cool for me. And I think Nintendo's thinking to future-proof their current, peripherals. So, yep, that's my video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you again for watching, listening, and now, see you fools next time. Peace out.